Hello, Doty Knights. Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is going well. Do me a favor. Take a look at this glass and just describe it. Would you say that it's half empty or would you say that it's half full? It is not a trick question, I promise. Really, ask yourself, is it half empty or half full? The reason why I'm asking that question is to open up the topic of perspective. How do we see things in life? And what kind of a mindset do we have as individuals when something happens or we go through something and we choose to react a certain way or have a particular perspective about that experience? It has to do with the way we see life in general. Just as I asked you that question, how did you see that cup of liquid? Did you see it as half empty or did you see it as half full? Based on your answer, that tells me a little bit about your mindset and how you see life, just from looking at a glass of liquid. It's as simple as that, but it says so much. If you were to ask me that same question when I was younger and when I was in middle school, especially 6th grade, my answer would be half empty, because that's the mindset I had. I looked at things more from a fixed mindset where I was kind of stuck on looking at things maybe from more of a negative perspective than a positive perspective. And as I grew and matured and eventually reached adulthood, throughout all of those experiences, I learned how to change my mindset from more of a fixed mindset into a growth mindset, a mindset that let me see things from a positive perspective. So now if you were to ask me, Mrs. Red Fox, how would you describe that glass of liquid? I would say it is half full, but it's my mindset, my perspective, and it is a choice that I'm making when I answer that question. And having a growth mindset allows me to live my life with more joy, more happiness, being a bit more positive just because I choose to be. And you might think, well, gosh, I answered the question, I see the glass half full. What does that say about me? Well, it doesn't say anything wrong. Trust me. It's the way that you look at things. If you would rather look at something and choose a more positive perspective, we need to learn how to do that. We need to train our brain. And believe it or not, we can do those things. We can train our brain. We can allow our brain to grow and to develop and flourish into something that is positive, that gives us peace. And here are a few ways to do that. We've talked about goals in the past and how important goals are. Well, goals are finding their way into this train your brain exercise. If you can choose a very simple goal, moving forward, just say, today I choose to look at the positive side of things. Today I choose to look at life half full. For example, you might have a test or quiz. You might have been given an extra assignment or an extra project. Okay, you have a choice to make. You can either look at that from a fixed mindset, like, oh my gosh, why do I have an extra test or quiz? Why do I have this extra assignment? Or you can choose a growth mindset, which is more positive And you could say, well, I'm not real happy about the extra work, but I know I can do it. I know I can achieve my goal, and I'm going to choose to look at this as a positive thing. You'll be surprised at how much better you feel and how much more energized you are to accomplish that task and to get that work done, because you're seeing things from more of a positive perspective with that growth mindset. There's other ways that you can do this, as easy as just starting your day the right way. Before you go to bed at night, Google some positive sayings, some positive expressions. There are hundreds of thousands of them that you can find on the internet. Something that speaks to you, something that when you read those words, the little hairs on your arms stand up. That's when you know that it is speaking to your heart. And if you take that quote or that message and you write it down and you look at that in the morning, that's the first thing that you're introducing yourself to. It's the first thing you're seeing. It's positive, and it sets the tone for your day. Now, we're human. We're going to have little hiccups along the way. Some days we're going to wake up, and no matter how many positive quotes we wrote, we're going to see this glass half empty. That is okay. We're human. That's what happens. I just want to encourage you to train your brain into having more of a positive outlook on life and choosing to see things from a positive perspective. And finally, try smiling a little bit more. Sometimes we go through the day and I don't know if we smile once. I think maybe sometimes we even frown. That's not a good thing. Try smiling a little bit. Smiling not only makes you feel good, but it makes the people around you feel great. So I'm gonna leave you with a smile and just happy thoughts for the rest of your week. Stay positive, keep that growth mindset, and remember, the next time you look at a glass full of liquid, ask yourself the question, how do you see the liquid in this glass? Hopefully for you, it will be a good day and it will be a half full glass. Take care, Jody Knights.